Hello from the lookout. We're here. It's a beautiful day, kind of hazy. Okay. I hope that you're having a great day today. We're on day 186 in our Walking Through the Bible adventure. And thanks for coming along. We're on July the 5th, in case you've lost track. July the 5th. Whew. All right, here we go. You ready? Today we're going to start with a little longer reading in Matthew. You'll understand why in a minute. Okay, Matthew 25, it's going to be 13, 21, 29, and 34 to 40. I told you it was a little bit of a longer reading. God bless you. All right. So, Jesus says, "So you too must keep watch, for you do not know the day or the hour of my return." 21, the master was full of praise. "Well done, my good and faithful servant." Remember, they were given talents and invited to do something with them. "Well done," he says, "you've been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." Verse 29, "To those who use well what they're given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away." Ugh. Okay. Now, 34 to 40. Now, Jesus is talking about the sheep and the goats. All right. And then 34, "Then the king will say to those on his right, 'Come, you who are blessed by my Father. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me into your home. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you cared for me. I was in prison, and you visited me.' Then these righteous ones will reply, 'Lord, when did we ever see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink, or a stranger and show you hospitality, or naked and give you clothing? When did we ever see you sick or in prison and visit you?' And the king will say, 'I tell you the truth. When you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you were doing it to me.'" So Jesus, again, he continues to tell us to be ready. Be ready for his coming. And he tells us how we're to live. We're to use the gifts and the talents and the abilities that God has given us for his glory. And we're to take care of people. We're to have our eyes open for people. All right? And take care of them. So, thank you for those of you that are doing that already. And I encourage you, keep your eyes open for those in need, even in just a need of a word of encouragement, and be faithful to share it with them. Okay, now, 1 Chronicles 1 and 2. All right. Now, in 1 and 2 Chronicles, we'll hear another telling of the history of Israel and Judah from a different perspective. Today is the beginning of the genealogy of God's people and their nation and other nations. And if you're into this kind of thing, you will love the next few readings, okay? Okay, so I didn't really have any application, okay? So that's why the longer reading in Matthew. Okay, all right. Now, in Acts chapter 23, in 23:11, the Lord encourages Paul. Listen. The night before Paul appeared, that night the Lord appeared to Paul and said, "Be encouraged, Paul. Just as you've been a witness to me here in Jerusalem, you must preach the good news in Rome as well." So God encourages him. Paul has had an inner compulsion to go to Rome, a God-placed desire. Do we ever get the idea that if we surrender completely to the Lord, that he will send us somewhere awful? I remember when I was younger, people would say, "Oh, don't do that. Don't surrender. Don't do that. God will send you in Bermuda shorts and he'll send you to Africa." And I was kind of thinking, well, okay, if that's where God wants to go. See, I think that God is able to place the desire in us to go where he wants us to go. So this fear of, oh, God's going to send us someplace awful, I wonder where that fear comes from. It's not from God. I think it comes from the enemy. If we will trust the Lord and invite him to have full control of our lives, he'll place the desires in our heart to go where he wants us to go, right? And then he'll help us get there. Doesn't mean it'll be easy, okay? It means that he'll help us along the way. All right. Now, does the Bible indicate that following Jesus is to be a miserable affair? Oh, it's so awful. Going places and doing things that will just be miserable. No, 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 no. Jesus came to give us abundant life. The gospel is good news. So let's trust him that the gospel is good news and that he has abundant life wherever we are. Whether we're in Arkansas or we're somewhere else, I could say a lot of different names. Washington or Idaho or Japan, wherever it is, God will sustain us there and encourage us there. California, China, wherever God leads us, it will be a good place for us to be. All right? Now, there's a new threat in Paul's life. A group of Paul's enemies have sworn to kill him. When the commander hears of the threat, he sends Paul to Caesarea and Governor Felix, where he will wait for Paul's accusers to arrive. So Paul is now in the prison cell waiting. And we know from his prison letters that Paul maintains his faith and his courage and his care for all those he administered to. This is hard for us to imagine. Paul is unfairly imprisoned, and he has served the Lord and faced so many difficult times. Why is he not bitter? Why doesn't he hate his enemies? Because of God's love poured out in his heart. Paul is completely open and available to God. And so God's Spirit is not hindered in his life. May we do the same. May we not hinder God's Spirit in our life so that he can pour his love in even for those who hate us, even for those who don't like us, so that God can pour his Spirit into our lives. Okay? Psalm 18. Proverbs 18. I can't read my own writing. Proverbs 18, 14 and 15. The human spirit can endure a sick body, but who can bear a crushed spirit? Intelligent people are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge. Good to know. All right, now, Psalm 3, 1, and then 5 to 8. Did I read that right? I'll just start reading and we'll have a good time. We're in Psalm 3. Okay. Oh Lord, I have so many enemies. So many are against me. So many are saying, God will never rescue him. But you, O Lord, are a shield around me. You are my glory, the one who holds my head high. I cried out to the Lord, and he answered me from his holy mountain. I lay down and slept, yet I woke up in safety, for the Lord was watching over me. Verse 7, Arise, O Lord, rescue me, my God. Slap all my enemies in the face, shatter the teeth of the wicked. Victory comes from you, O Lord. May you bless your people. And so I constantly pray that God will bless you and inspire you and encourage you to take another step of faith, to live another day, to be with God, watching for his abundant life every day. God bless you.